Here's 3 Instagram Reel ideas for real estate agents you can take away and create right now to build your personal brand and get clients, even if you've never done Instagram Reels before. So sit back and follow along step by step to get 3 new Instagram Reels created and posted from scratch, because Instagram Reels is one of the most, if not the most effective way to reach literally thousands upon thousands of locals for free right now today. And it should also have a huge priority for you as a real estate agent right now today. Now, I've worked with hundreds of real estate agents one-on-one personally to help them do successful real estate marketing to get listing clients. And there's a lot of misconceptions realtors tend to have when it comes down to Instagram Reels. For one, most people think that it needs to be funny, super creative, and really, they should dance on Reels or something like that, which is totally not the case at all. And in fact, people that do those types of funny Reels tend to not really have any sort of real influence over their audience. So while they do get a lot of likes, views, and followers, they don't get people to actually perceive them as the #1 expert authority in their field, like those informative education-based posts would do that actually lead into people getting new real estate clients. So let's dive right into the 3 Instagram Reels ideas for real estate agents that actually do get clients. So whenever you're creating marketing and social media content to get clients, it's always important to be systematic. Now, ultimately, successful people always approach things through the lens of that systems thinking and their build processes in their business. So because of that, here's a simple 4-step process for creating your Instagram Reels. Number 1, you need to script out your reel. So as Stephen Covey says in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you should always begin with the end in mind. So don't just go out there and do what most people do, which is, to pick up your phone and really just start filming random stuff where you dance or stuff like that you see from other real estate agents. But rather what you want to do is to plan it out first. And a simple way to do this is to open up a Google document or whatever note-taking device you want to use and just write out post number 1, post number 2, post number 3, and then under each type of post, type in your topic, your hook, and your script, and then also your filming location. So for these 3 Reels ideas for realtors, the topics will be number 1, cost of using an average agent versus top agent, number 2, luxury property tour, and number 3, moving to Austin. Then all you need to do now is to come up with a hook. This is the most important part in your reel. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Reels ads with millions of views on them. And from the analytics we've learned that the hook you use literally makes or breaks your reel. So that performance difference can be literally 100-fold. And if you can't get a large percentage of people that see your reel to stop swiping, get them to watch your Instagram reel, it doesn't matter how good the rest of the post is. Your post will tank. All the effort you put in is just gonna go to waste. So this is what you say in the first sentence of your video. It comes right from the get-go, and you have an extremely strong hook at the start. So let's write this out. First one, I'll do: the average homeowner that sells their home with an average realtor loses $40,000. The second, this will be the property tour type of reel. So I'm gonna use something like inside a $2 million Austin mansion. And third one, I'll do: remember this before you move to Austin. Then next, we'll write out simple scripts on what you're actually gonna be saying in your Instagram Reels. Now, the length of the reel should typically be anywhere from 30 to maximum 60 seconds. So this will be very, very quick, right to the point. Now, when it comes down to scripting, this is very dependent on your personality type, what you kind of prefer. You could really just memorize your hook and wing the content as you go, or you could also script it out in bullet points. Or alternatively, what I like to do myself is just to script it out word for word for word. That way we can just really follow the script and say exactly what's in the reel. Totally up to you, and depends on what style you kind of prefer personally, but if you're new to reel especially, then it's useful just to script it out word for word, just because it's generally a lot more comfortable and repeatable and consistent way to do it. And as far as location, obviously you want to write out where you'll be filming the reel. For number 1 and number 3, you can film those at your home or at your office. And for number 2, obviously it's a property tour, so you need to go inside an actual property. So you're going to include the property address or the actual property you're going to be going into. Now, if you don't have access to a property, or you don't really know how to get access to them, all you need to do is to ask agents in your own brokerage, or really any realtor, or alternatively you can also ask builders if you want to get access to those properties. For most people, they generally want to have free exposure. For most companies, businesses, they want to have free exposure online as well. well, especially on YouTube, especially on these Instagram Reels. They're extremely trending right now. So probably 90% of the time, people will definitely agree to it as long as you just have a little bit of audience in place. So if you do the planning process correctly, if you do it step by step, it's only going to take you a couple minutes. If you don't do it, then it's probably going to take you a couple hours. So that's why it's important, obviously, to follow this process step by step by step. And now we're ready to record. So step number 2 is to film your reel. To record your reels, you can really use your iPhone on a tripod, especially if you have iPhone 12 or a newer, or obviously if you've done this for a while and you want to invest into a DSLR camera and just a proper setup like ours, obviously that's going to be the best possible setup. At the start, I wouldn't worry about it too much. iPhone has pretty much what you need at the start. So here's 2 quick tips for recording your video. Number 1 is that the background of your reels should really have plenty of space behind you, as you kind of see it right here. You don't want to record right next to a wall or something like that. You want to ensure that the background is clean, it's sharp, and it conveys that feeling you want to be associated with. So as an example, what homeowners want typically when they work with a real estate agent, they want somebody who's professional, they want somebody who's sharp on the ball, right? They take care of the problems for them and really are able to help them out. And because of that reason, you need to help yourself first. So obviously you want to make sure that you're not recording your video in a messy office or with the dark lighting or something like that, right? You want to make sure that it conveys that feeling like, hey, this person is a professional, they can actually help me out. So you want to make sure that's the case with your background, with the different things you communicate subconsciously to your prospects, and to really take the symbols of credibility and association bias principles into account with the choice of your filming location, clothes, really everything else. If you've seen some of my other videos, you can go to my channel, check those out later, but you might have heard me talk about the importance of these associations. So whatever you really associate yourself with will influence the people's perception they have about you. So from really the clothes you wear, the words you use, different things you say, also the background of your video, and so on and so forth. So make sure that you portray the type of image you believe is going to be resonating with your client. If you're trying to attract a millionaire client, somebody who's going to be selling a $10 million house, $100 million house, obviously then the type of image that's going to be resonating the most is typically going to be the one of really professional, sharp. You want to make sure your quality is really, really good with your videos and so on and so forth. You want to associate yourself with those types of luxury items, luxury environments. Now, if your client is a regular homeowner, let's say you're selling a $300,000 house, then it's really not that much about luxury. You don't want to necessarily drive in your videos with Lamborghini or something like that, but obviously you still want to portray an image of somebody who's sharp, on the ball, and again has their stuff together. So you still want to make sure that you have clean clothes, you're professional, and again you appear as somebody who can really help them out. Then after this, you have your script ready on hand, you have your environment ready, and you also have your clothes ready. So now all we need to do is just to record. Again, if you do everything else properly, you script up your videos, you get your environment right, you get your setup right, recording process is going to be super quick. As far as recording goes, the rule number 1 and rule number 3, those are going to be more talking head type of video, kind of like how you're watching right now. And for the property tours, with those you're obviously going to go into an actual property. So the recording process will be slightly different. You'll essentially take out your phone, you'll probably have your tripod, and then you're going to be walking through the property and recording video material from there. Ultimately, as far as recording times go, talking head types of videos are usually very, very quick to record. They're less than 5 minutes as you start doing them. And nowadays, me myself will probably record a talking head reel in about 2 minutes or less. They're extremely, extremely quick. For the property tour videos, you can also create a longer form video for YouTube and then cut that out into shorts as well. So depending on if you're doing that or not, it's probably going to take you around 15-ish minutes or sometimes more or less based on how much you do. If you really want to make it very, very quick, obviously you can also do that in just like 5 minutes or less. Just depends on how much content you want to get out of it. And step number 3 is going to be editing your reel. When it comes down to editing the reel, there's a few routes you can really go with it. Some of the editing methods are more time intensive than others. So for example, if you want to edit a world-class level reels that you really see top experts in the world in different industries do, those big influencers probably following right now, the editing time in those will be around 30 to 45 minutes per reel. I'll play a few quick clips here so you can get a good idea of how that looks like, but if you really just want to keep it simple, you can also use native Instagram tools to edit your reels in about 3 to 4 minutes. So to do it the fast and easy way, I'll get a video editor to include a quick tutorial clip here by one of our team members that's going to show you exactly how to go about editing the reel idea number 1 we scripted out earlier.
Click the plus icon at the very top right corner of your screen and select to create a reel. Next, you can go ahead and select the video file you mean to edit. So you'll see the small blue icon at the very bottom, and then that will take you to your gallery. Go ahead and select the video.
The average homeowner who works with an average real estate agent loses $40,000
and press add at the very top right. And then you'll see that bottom right has next. Go ahead and click that. We'll pause it. And now at this stage, we are looking to do two things. First, we want to add in the hook of the video to the first few seconds. So for example, with this reel, we're going to be using the average home seller loses $40,000 as the hook. Then additionally, we'll want to utilize the captions feature on Instagram to create an on-screen captions for our video. So let's start with the hook. So let's click on the A element in the top right corner of your screen to create a new text element. So here we'll be using the average home seller loses $40,000. Now let's put the hook aside for a second and go on to the second step, which is to add in the captions. To do that, click on the little smiley face icon in the top right corner of your screen and select the captions element. For the captions, we recommend that you use a font that's slightly different from the standard one to make it look cleaner and sharper. So click on the small A+ icon at the top to add a background for the captions. Now that we have the captions ready, the last thing we need to do is position them correctly. So adjust them until they look good. Then lastly, you'll want to adjust the time length for how long your hook stays visible on the video. So play through your video from start and watch where it would be appropriate to cut off the hook from the video. You can go ahead and click the dark gray bar in the bottom left corner of your screen where it has the first few words of the hook. And then you can go ahead and adjust the length by tapping and dragging the slider to the left. Generally, the hook should last between 2 to 5 seconds. So once you know where to cut it off, click done in the top right corner. So we will be doing about 4 seconds, just over 4 seconds, 5 seconds. And then now that's finished, press done. Now that's finished, the last step is to save your reel to your device so that you're able to utilize it on other platforms as well. To do this, click on the save icon at the very top of your screen.
So step number 4 will be posting your reel. So now that you've edited your reel, you have it ready to go, all you have to do is just to go to Instagram and post it. Now, in terms of posting your reel, obviously this is one of the most important parts because that's going to determine, okay, well, how many people actually see your reel. There's one thing most real estate agents are completely missing out on. I'm not even talking about anything advanced like posting times or really optimizing your titles or anything like that, but I'm talking about leveraging your reel on other platforms. Now that you have your reel ready to be posted, a lot of people tend to post it on only one channel, whether that be Instagram Reels or TikTok. But what you should do is to post it on all of these short form channels, and there's actually a lot of them. Facebook Reels, there's TikTok, there's also YouTube Shorts, and so you want to make sure that you post your Reels on all of these platforms because all of them are pushing short form content right now. All of them are going to give you a lot of views because of their platform, even if you don't have a lot of followers. So I see sometimes our clients get started with like 10 subscribers on their YouTube channel and they literally get 2,000, 3,000 local homeowners seeing their reels on YouTube alone 100% for free. So when you add all of those 4 channels, you have TikTok, you have Facebook Reels, you add Instagram Reels, you add YouTube Shorts, they're gonna add up and give you a massive amounts of free organic marketing, something you would probably pay $500, $1,000 for just per one reel as far as the actual reach goes. So it's extremely powerful right now, and that's why I kind of recorded this video. And if you found this video useful and you'd like to get 3 social media post ideas that are picture and text based as opposed to video based, because that's also a very powerful way to attract clients on platforms like LinkedIn, platforms like Facebook, then all you have to do is to click this video right here to copy 3 proven post ideas that generate new clients by providing that type of content to your audience. So again, click on that video next and I'll see you on the other side.